Welcome back to the Right-Wing Patriotic Freedom Liberty Hour. I'm your host, Cletus Backwood. Whereas people like myself, the conservatives, are laughed at and mocked because they claim that we are uneducated, paranoid conspiracy theorists. Well, that theory was made by the Illuminati to bring people like me down, alright? Now, it's been hard for my people. You gotta understand, the white genocide has affected all of us, especially me. So there was a shooting that happened at a baseball game with a Republican and Democrat. And apparently the shooter went up and asked what party was on the field. And they said Republicans. That's when he pulled out his gun and opened fire. Started shooting all the Republicans. And what blows my mind is, from all the talk and rhetoric we hear all the time, not one of those congressmen had a gun. You're Republicans. What? I'm just saying. You guys are an embarrassment to the name Republican. I'm not saying like I'm gun crazy or anything like that. I'm just saying that every man should have at least an arsenal to protect his family. Okay? True, I've never been hunting with an AK-47, but I guarantee you if I did, I'd kill it, whatever I was hunting. Now, I know a lot of people have been saying lately, Cletus, you look a little white, skinny, paranoid. Are you on meth? And I always say to them, no, I'm cooking meth. There's a tremendous difference. My skin absorbs it. So yeah, true, I haven't slept in 9 days, but I got 3 kilos in the back. And I don't care what any of these liberal, lefty yuppies have to say. It don't make me paranoid. You guys hear radio? Alright. Well, that's okay. It doesn't make me paranoid, alright? And people want to come up and say, Cletus, you've become a window warrior. Because I'm constantly looking out my blinds like who the fuck's out there. But I'm not paranoid, I'm telling you. Shh. That sounds like a satellite. It's tracking my thoughts right now. Okay. I'm not gonna think anything. I just gonna sit here. My nose burns a little. My God, man. My neighbor's getting into my stash. I can hear him right now. I can hear his thoughts. Who has my meth pipe? Well, before we get out of here, I wonder what the fuck was that? When you are a conservative like myself, you are naturally born a good hunter. So when you're hunting, you want the best weapon out there. Now I prefer this. This is the weapon of a true hunter. That's right. Made me a kill last night. That cat never saw it coming. That's it for today. Join us next time for another lesson on the Right-Wing Patriotic Freedom Liberty Hour with your host, me, Cletus Backwood.
Alright, so I got this just a couple nights ago. What's it say right there? On the 14th, alright. With my PTZ camera. You can see this little guy right in the middle of the screen flashing. Wait for it. Oh, right there. Alright. That little guy. So I was just scanning around with the PTZ camera, and then I saw this, and I stopped for a second because I thought I saw a flash, and then I waited, and then I kept seeing it flash and flash. I'm like, oh man. Now I literally have like an hour of footage of this thing just floating across the sky, just sitting there fucking flashing, man. I mean, it's insane how slow this thing's moving, but it's weird how it jumps. Like the flashes aren't synchronized. It's not a strobe because the flashes go off at different time intervals. Sometimes it's 11 seconds between a flash. Sometimes it's 6 seconds between a flash. Sometimes it's 8 seconds, whatever. It just keeps switching. And its trajectory isn't a straight line. It like zigzags. Like, and then it'll take like really big leaps too. So, I mean, I thought this thing was really interesting. But I'm not sure, you know, like, so let's try to figure out what it could be. Now, I would think that my best guess would be a satellite, although this isn't any satellite it wasn't any visible satellite, at least, because when this was happening, like I said, it was happening for like an hour. I checked my satellite tracking radar, and there was no visible objects in the sky at this time. There were later, within the hour, but when I first started watching it, there wasn't anything. And the ones that were visible were ones that just passed by really quick. Each one I think lasted like 60 seconds or something. So I'm wondering, maybe, you know, if it's like in like a really deep orbit, but then, you know, how are you seeing it flash? You know, I mean, how bright is a light on a satellite that's, you know, 75,000 miles away? That doesn't make sense. You know, oh, and by the way, which is interesting, is it's hard to tell, but I'm actually looking through the clouds, man. Like on this night, you could barely see the stars, but the PTZ camera like beams like through the clouds. It's fucking awesome. Look at this thing just going. See, I just took like a big leap right there. I mean, you know, what do you guys think? I mean, it's definitely not a plane. It's definitely not a helicopter. Well, see, that's another huge leap. It's definitely not a drone. It's not a balloon. It's probably swamp gas. No, I don't know. I'm just fucking around. I don't know. These things that are passing in front of the camera are like bugs and stuff, just so you guys know. See, this thing's so cool. I mean, like, I got like an hour or more footage of this thing. Now, you would think that with it being, you would think like that if it's in deep orbit, that it would be, you know, moving along at the same rate as like the stars or the moon or anything else, because it would have been such a deep, you know, like a deep orbit. Like, I'm not talking like LEO, not like low Earth orbit, but, you know, a deep sat. Because if it was an LEO, then it would have been a visible satellite on my radar. So you think it would be moving with the stars at least. Maybe some like deep spy satellite, maybe, or something. I don't fucking know. I'm just pulling shit out my ass right now. Yeah, there was all kinds of cool shit happening that night, and I got stuck on this fucking thing having to watch this. You know what? I'm wondering if I use that UFO ID, that UFO tracking radar stuff for your webcam or whatever. It's some kind of software you get. You can get it from the blackvault.com. That's supposed to track any object that moves in the sky. I wonder how well that would work with the PTZ camera. For anyone who doesn't know, my PTZ camera, the Sumba, it magnifies 36 times. So it's got a 36 times zoom on it, which is really good. It also uses infrared lasers to see at night. So it has like excellent night vision. But the one thing that kind of sucks is that it's so powerful that like it picks up dust and bugs and anything that flies in front of the camera. So I wonder, would, you know, because when I use motion tracking on here, it'll keep going off. It'll be like, oh, track it. It's just like a little piece of fuzz or something, you know. I mean, I don't think the camera's meant for looking up like through the bugs and dust and pollen and all that other shit in the air. It's more like looking down at the ground, you know. I just want to say, if it is a UFO, what a boring fucking life for a UFO. I feel bad for the pilot. What a douchebag. He's like one of those, he's a rookie. They're just like, you know, you get to stay way the fuck out here. Don't come over here, George. Alright, you fucked up, you failed. You got a fucking C-, dude. You don't deserve to be here. Just kind of push his ass to the back of the class, I guess. Well, not all aliens can be smart, you guys. Some of them, there's got to be at least a few idiot aliens. I'm just saying. That's the one I would get. You know, if they ever came down to like abduct me or something, you know, I'd get the probe like shoved in my mouth because the alien's an idiot. I'm like, oh man, that tastes like shit. You're a dick. God damn it, George. Get the fuck out of here. Didn't you get a C-? This thing just sitting there fucking flashing, man. Boring fucking life, dude. It's kind of interesting, like when you see what it looks like being sped up, like, because you can see it like traveling, like, you know, you can see the stars moving past it. Like, this thing is creeping so fucking unbelievably slow, and this is going on for like an hour, by the way, or more. I mean, probably even more than that. I got like bored of watching it after a while. I'm like, yep, this is awesome, cool, man. God damn it, George. So what I'll do now is show you guys the sped up version of it. Alright, so this is it. This is it going fast. So I sped up the footage so you can kind of see everything all in like a minute. Same flash. Oh, there he is again. So you can see him like just like blinking, strobing away now. Now look up that huge jump it just took. And the camera goes in and out of focus sometimes, so it's kind of hard to see. What was I doing there? Was I drunk? I mean, even when you film fucking UFOs with a remote controlled camera, a pan, tilt, and zoom camera on a tripod, this shit still comes out fucked up. See, look, you can see the stars like moving past this fucking thing. This thing is just crazy. Even the stars are like, God damn, you're slow, dude. Fuck. Good thing you failed, George. Look at this. Look, the stars are moving right past his ass, man.